Avi Meyer's Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, ntnm.org, to check who's going to be on the air, to get the links to YouTube, where over 175,000 shows have been watched. Real big on CAPS, caps24.org. Sonny Hirsch, in his spare time, is chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District. It is a pleasure to introduce you to a candidate for alderman in the 38th Ward, and that is Bart Goldberg. Bart, how you doing?
Hi, Avi. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here.
My pleasure. And what made you decide you want to be an alderman?
Wow, that it shocked me, I've got to tell you, Avi. About 3 months ago, it was sort of a perfect storm of events. The alderman that we'd had in our ward for so long, Tom Allen, resigned. He's a member of the Cullerton family, and they've controlled the ward now for 80-something years. So there was some opportunity there. The fact that the mayor was retiring, and the fact that the city has such pressing problems right now. The three things made me think, I would really love to serve right now. I would like to participate. And if you've seen any of my literature or my materials, I think where I really try and distinguish myself is that I want to be a real honest-to-goodness legislator. I want to participate in city council to deal with some of those real big problems that are affecting us all right now. And I just think that it's a perfect time to do so. I have a real opportunity, and hopefully the voters will agree.
Want to tell us a little bit about your background? Or?
Certainly. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. I moved here to go to college. I went to college and law school at the University of Chicago. I've lived on the Northwest side for about 25 years. At my current home for about 6 years. I practice law, just a mom and pop type practice, not big corporate clients, and I used to do that in Lincoln Park, and now it's in my home in Old Irving.
Very good. So what would you like to change? What would you like to see done?
Well, I mean, I've always said that an alderman really has two jobs. The first job is the one that I sometimes call the mini mayor, and that's taking care of the immediate needs in the ward. They're real needs. I mean, someone's got to be in charge of removing the graffiti and sanitation pickup and dealing with, we've got a real problem with illegal conversions and squatting, building permits and the like. And I will really work hard on those things, and I think we'll do an excellent job. But it's the second job that an alderman has that I really think I can do differently. In my view, historically, the aldermen on the Northwest side simply haven't functioned as legislators. Mayor Daley, in the 20 years that he's been there, has done an excellent job of stripping their powers to where they became virtually a rubber stamp. Even when that horrendous parking lease was proposed, it passed 45-5, even though the aldermen were only given 2 days to consider it, nary a whisper against it. We've got real problems in the city right now, and first and foremost, there's the budget problem, but there's other problems. There's the problem with the lack of police presence at the same time that we have increased gang activity. I'm very interested in education, but the one problem that just trumps the others, because it affects so many things that we want to do, is the budget problem, and it is just very serious. I mean, the operating deficit last year, or in the current budget that's been proposed, was about $650 million. Wow. And it's going to be, and when you include the funding that we're going to have to do for the pensions that are required under that new state law, it's approaching $1 billion. Now, out of a $6 billion budget, that's a huge hole. Now, we've met it recently by short-term fixes, most notably using the money from the sale of the Skyway and the parking meter lease. And we literally cannot do that anymore. The money is simply not there. So we're going to need aldermen that are willing to go in and make the tough choices, and a lot of it's not going to be popular. There's going to have to be real budget cuts so that we can prevent real tax increases. And that's something I want to get very involved in, particularly the budget area. I really applaud the Inspector General and the way he got involved in that last year. It was the first year that he'd issued a report on it, and the mayor correctly criticized that it's coming a little late in the process, but we have to encourage that report to be done earlier, and we're going to have to get aldermen involved in having some side of oversight of the major expenditures. And I'd be glad to talk about particulars if you want, but the point is there's going to have to be real budget cuts, and we need aldermen who are going to really participate in city council to help find those. Or we're going to end up with higher taxes, which is bad for business, bad for the residents, and something obviously no one wants.
Yeah, the state mandate could actually increase real estate tax 60-something%.
Right. And Mayor Daley, to his credit, has warned that the effect of the new regulations regarding the pensions could double the city tax levy, and we can't have that. We've really got to tighten our belts.
No, definitely. So, what are the boundaries of the 38th Ward?
Well, like many of them, it has strange gerrymandered boundaries. On the east end, you have Old Irving Park, which is where I live, and that goes almost to Pulaski, from about Addison to Montrose. And then the Six Corners area was carved out to the south in Belmont Craig, and that's ended. And then to the west, you've got all of Portage Park, and then a sliver that goes all the way past Harlem. So it's a huge ward, and a lot of fun to try and walk every night.
So is that what you're knocking on doors and all that?
I am. I don't know of any other candidate who's doing it, but you've got to. I mean,
it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, people love it when they actually have it. Not everyone. A lot of people say, leave me alone. But a lot of people love it when they have the actual candidate, coming out to meet them face to face.
Very good. You want to give us your contact information?
My website is bart38.com. You can email me, bart@bart38.com, and I'd love to hear from you.
Sounds real good. I want to thank you very much, Bart Goldberg, candidate for Alderman, 38th Ward. And don't forget to vote this Tuesday, early and often. Thank you so much, Bart.
Thank you very much, Avi.